Welcome to Greater Good Radio Hawaii, where leaders inspire leaders. Greater Good Radio Hawaii is dedicated to social entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Evan Leong, and with me is my co-host, Carrie Leong.
Today's guest is Ron Nagasawa, publisher of MidWeek magazine. Ron sits as Senior Vice President of Honolulu Star Bulletin. He worked in special education for the Department of Education and was a counselor for the Foundation of the Junior Deaf and Blind in California. Please welcome to Greater Good Radio, Ron Nagasawa. Welcome to our show, Ron.
Hi, Carrie. Evan, hi.
So, Ron, you're the publisher, I mentioned MidWeek, Hawaii or HILuxury magazine, and also the in-flight magazine for Go Airlines. You have a lot on your plate. What's your daily routine like?
Boy, daily routine. Probably similar to what your guys' routine is, I would imagine. But, we've just recently taken on the two magazines, the HILuxury and also the iflygo, which is the Go Airlines in-flight magazine. We assembled our team from probably from MidWeek, and we put that together in order to do the magazines. So it's been a real exciting, different venture for me anyway. We have lots of fun putting out MidWeek twice a week, and when we were told about the magazines, we were a little bit hesitant at first because we didn't want to take on too much and not have quality product. But our president, who's Dennis Francis, he has great confidence in the abilities of our employees and everything. So we decided to have a go at it, and boy, the results were just tremendous.
So you've been with MidWeek for 23 years? Was that your first job?
No, actually, it's not. Although probably you're judging that on how young I look, so yeah, it could be my first job. But no, actually, I've done a lot of things before coming on board to MidWeek, which is about 23 years ago. I started it, which is in 1984 when MidWeek actually started. I came on board as a sales assistant for our commercial printing division. Now, division sounds like a big word, but back at that time, it was me and this other guy, Neil Nakamura. We were like sharing one desk. Our filing cabinet was a cardboard box, and we were located in Kaneohe, where, after we moved out of there because it was just too small, they turned it into like the Salvation Army, and I don't know what it is now, but it was really a small start.
What were you doing before MidWeek?
Before MidWeek, I was doing really a whole bunch of different things, odd jobs. Carrie mentioned a couple of things, but if you want to go through the whole chronology of everything I did, my first job actually was picking pineapple in Waihawa. I guess that's a prerequisite for anybody who comes from Waihawa. And I did that for summer because, my father, who was a local boy but Army, says, all of our kids are going to go work in the pineapple fields or in the cannery so that you can appreciate the value of money, But as it ends up, it was such hard work. We didn't appreciate anything. I couldn't wait to get out of there. Although there's some good memories about picking pineapples. From there, I went straight into working for Foodland Supermarket in Waihawa, and I started out as a what they call a courtesy clerk, which is a bag boy, really, getting wagons and bagging groceries. But it was at a time at Foodland where they were coming up with this program where they would train all the bag boys to be able to run the register, stock, work in the produce department, so we could kind of float all over. That way, when people went on vacation, we could fill in for them, or we could go and help and open other stores. So I was kind of like one of the prototype positions at that time. So, and it was a great experience working for them. From there, I went to McInerney, Ala Moana, and selling clothing and men's suits, men's furnishings, and that kind of thing. So that was fun, because we got to really dress up. And probably at that time, McInerney was really one of the high-end stores versus now, which just about every other store is definitely high-end fashion. I did that, and then just about then I was getting interested in, some other things like the special education aspect. And I had gone to California one summer, and I was with the Foundation for the Junior Deaf and Blind in Los Angeles, California. Well, they run a camp every summer that's open to all the kids across the nation, and they pay for everything. It's really great, and it doesn't even matter if you have money and you can afford to go. It just any child who wants to go to this camp goes, and it's fantastic because being in California, it's in Malibu, California. There's a lot of assistance from celebrities, who donate their time, and also things like they donate horses for the that kind of thing. So that was a truly great experience for me because we had no training in either sign language or working with blind, and they just basically threw us or assigned us to a group, whether it was blind children or whether it was deaf children, and we would bunk in the same cabins. We would do all of our activities together and all of that. So I really got to experience something that I've never experienced before, and in turn I actually learned quite a bit from these children. And some, like I said, some of them were very privileged, and some of them were not, and some of them had in fact had very unfortunate lives because of the disabilities. That they may have been abused or something like that. But what this camp posed was that we were all the same. We were all campers there, and we were just there to have fun. And they taught me sign language, and working with the blind children. Now I know there's a lot of negative connotation when you say deaf or blind and things like that. They have other terms like sight savers or hard of hearing. But honest truth is, the children or the young adults that are blind or deaf, it doesn't bother them at all. And it really bothers them when you start to treat them differently than you would, anybody else. So it was a truly great experience, and taught me a lot about myself, and it kind of brings you back down to earth and helps you to really understand. Like my father's lesson with learning the value of money. Well, it helps you to understand the value of everything that you have, and really to appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.